Welcome to Chasing the Beats, a show dedicated to weeklybeats.com artists, their songs, and stories from the 2024 season. I'm your host, SQF, and our guest today is JP. So welcome, JP, that I was saying incorrectly as DeJippy, as a dumb American over here.
No, it works.
Welcome. Excited to chat with you.
I'm happy to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to a ton of your stuff this past year and love your like grunge rock vibe, and always nice to hear someone playing acoustic drums when your hand's not broken.
Yeah, that happened too. Yeah. I'm almost good now. It's still a
That's
bit
good.
painful, but yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was this your first Weekly Beats?
No, it's my third one.
Your third? All
yeah,
right.
I did 2020, 2022, and last year. Yeah.
Cool.
Third run and didn't skip. But that's not true. I skipped a couple of weeks, but I always
It's
uploaded
okay.
something.
It's
I have
okay.
my cheats.
Gotcha.
I've got a bunch of rehearsals with Nico. It's a good friend that play guitars, and we jam. I've put one of those here, and
Yeah.
so I've got a couple of stuff in my computer that I can just go back to.
Yeah,
Slam into a limiter and
some
call it a
backup
day. Yeah,
emergency library
but yeah,
for Weekly Beats.
maybe in all of those, I probably composed during the compose recorded during every week, maybe 46, 48, something like that.
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
I did pick into some of other stuff that's unreleased, and yeah,
Cool.
I'm a cheater, so. But I call the
I
police
won't,
if you want. Yeah.
I won't turn you in. I won't turn you in.
Mm.
You uploaded stuff. That's what counts. So what did you approach things differently in your third year?
Yes, I suppose so. Basically the first year, I really it was a grind. I really put quite a bit of pressure into myself to do something decent or good, or but to put lo- lots of time, or at least a bunch of time every week. The first run, at the end, I was pretty exhausted, and I'm not sure if I'll do that again. But like 2 months after that, I was, oh yeah, I'll get back.
Yeah, I need to do that again.
The year, yeah, the year after. The second one and this one, it was pretty much the same, I would say, and I probably put less pressure even this year by last year, because I know I can do the 52 weeks. It's just, yeah, putting the time to do a little something. And if I didn't put any time during the week, I was just, okay, I'll just sit, grab a bunch of loops, record some drums on it,
Yeah.
or try something on the guitar, and it's gonna be a little snapshot.
Yeah.
Which is fun, and it works. And there's a couple of those that are fun. I think you picked one of those that I didn't take that much time.
Like
for me to
the
do.
Lindrum and synth one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really like this track. It's pretty.
It came out great, and there's like this recurring theme of what some people refer to as like speed trash, of just like, oh, I just like whipped something up together or like real quick.
Yeah.
And it turns out like that, the time you spend doesn't always equate to how people react to it, or how good the track is. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to, I guess, learn to disconnect the time in versus product out equation, because it doesn't always work.
Yeah, true. But yeah, the tracks that I am the most proud of most of the time, I did polish a bit, quite a bit,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not that much. I'm the kind of rough guy, around the edge, not great at anything, but I can manage my way to lots of
yeah.
stuff. So and yeah, I can be stubborn. I think it's probably one of the quality you need to have if you want to get through the 52 weeks. And yeah, that's it. You just do it.
Yeah,
Nike was right when they took the slogan, just do it.
yeah, yeah. You got to be a little stubborn and just keep moving forward to crank out 52 weeks for sure. So did
And
you kind of do any unique challenges this year, or you're just
but
like the challenge was doing it?
y- I put to myself one more challenge, which was to complete an album on the same kind of sound palette. The stoner rock Ami avec un robot
Yeah.
album that I did release on the platforms, Spotify and all of them. And I'm pretty proud of it, even if nobody listened to it. Maybe at some point it will have some traction, but I'm not a uh, like someone that do publicity. I don't know that many people, etc. So
Yeah.
it's just there, and I'm good with it.
So
Uh,
you put out an album from a collection of Weekly Beat songs?
yeah, yeah, I did
Oh,
like.
well, here's the spot to promote it. I know we don't have a ton of listeners, but
Yeah, yeah, it's Ami avec un robot, Jean-Philippe Denis. It's available on all the streaming services.
cool. We'll
Uh,
put a link in the description.
Oh, that's great. I'll send you the link.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm super happy that I did that, and it was really good to have like a, a direction, a line of. I always open the same project with the same effects loop, same templates, same bass sound. It did evolve a little bit. I did add a couple of more plugins over it,
Yeah.
but the sound palette is it, it started with the track that we will listen later, L'hiver amer, which changed title for the album, but there was good space. It was a very powerful mix. I think everything seems to be in place. So I was just okay. I'll do a couple of tracks with that sound, and I really like stoner rock as well. That's the kind of
Yeah,
music that I
man.
play with my friends as well. Uh, Different, maybe a little, but it's always different when you play as a band. But yeah, I'm super happy that I was able to do that. And if I'll load the page later, but I think I have like 45 minutes of material,
Oh,
this
nice.
album. So, and it's like a concept of album. This guy that's a friend with a robot, and the robot
Yeah, I know there's lots of
yeah.
robot
So
themes this past year.
yeah, so
So you kind of had like a consistent template of sounds that were like able to give you kind of this like cohesive album feel at the end of the year.
yeah, and the idea was to go like for that rock sound. I
Yeah.
had my guitar sound. I did go for some other sounds on some tunes, but most of it was the same. The same heavy distorted little guitar here,
Yeah. Tell
and
me about your guitar and what kind of guitar is that?
it's a little Gibson. It's Melody Maker. They did a run like in 2005 to 2010, something like that. It was the cheapest American-made Gibson, and this one has been modified by the previous owner with an humbucker, a Bursbucker,
Nice.
which is the super common Gibson pickup, and one volume, one tone, and that's it. I did use my Telecaster quite a bit as well, and some tracks. It depends, but it's always easier, especially when you want to go fast, to just track. I don't track directly in the interface. I track through a little amp that has a DI out, but
Okay.
so I've got part of my tube distortion from this little amp. Then I add some other stuff in.
What kind of little amp is it with a DI out?
It's a little Randall. It's called
All
the
right.
Air RD1. So it's a little 1 watt tube amp
Nice.
with
I'm like more and more a fan of those like small wattage tube amps these days.
I like those, and it's really it's more fun to move some air, but they compress a lot. So if you crank the gain and the volume, because I have both, that's cool. This amp has a gain and a volume, and like one tone
Nice.
plus a switch that changed the EQ. Um, so that's pretty much how it is. I just crank that, and uh, I roll down the volume if I want a little less gain, or plus I add some in the box. I did a couple of the songs this year, just plugged into the interface as well, using plugins. It works.
Okay.
It works great too. So yeah,
Yeah. What DAW do you use?
mostly Reaper. For
Okay.
that série, a friend with a robot, ami avec un robot, that's mostly into Reaper. When I do like a linear audio recording, uh, I, the bass track was always MIDI as well, but no crazy MIDI stuff. I really like Reaper. It's super lightweight and just work. But I have Ableton. I did a couple of more loop based song
Okay.
this year. And with the clips, plus I did purchase many years ago a push one, Ableton Push, which is one of those
Yeah.
launcher with the, and it's really fun to just record, play, and do kind of a performance, a loop performance.
Yeah.
One of my track was that at the end of the year as well. I did record it. I did a video of it as well, and
Okay. I
it's a
missed
fun
that
one.
video.
I'll send that to you. It's not too long. It's like 3 minutes. So,
Cool.
and it's My Love Left Me for Christmas, something like that.
Oh,
So
I
that's the
remember
one.
hearing the song. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this one was pretty much a live looping performance from
Cool.
beginning to the end. I did the overdubs, the vocal overdubs, but the performance was pretty much what it was, except for a little edit for one or two bass electric bass notes that were not too much on time, but yeah, I cheat a lot. I'm not the
I would call that music production.
yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, I'd
And
love to be better and right there. I
and
don't
wouldn't
have
we
to
all?
edit. I don't have to edit as much as I had,
That's why I
but
program MIDI.
yeah, that's a great way to do it. But I love the raw performance
Yeah, I mean
thing.
that's fun as well. I just find the recording process of live stuff is sometimes more frustrating than just like once you go the MIDI route, you're like, "Ah, I know I can just like move this note later and like it's all
It's
good."
fairly easy to do with audio as well,
Yeah,
but with multi-track recorded drums, it's a stretch
lots of bleed
sometimes.
over.
Yeah, I never edit only one. I group all my tracks. If I have to time edit, I group I record most of the time 6 or 8 tracks, depending. Sometimes I just put one mic
Yeah.
as well, but if I want to record my multi-track, I've got like mix hooked up and it's ready to go. And yeah, when I edit my drums, what I do is I just group all the tracks. Then my if I put a stretch marker, it's on all the tracks, and I can move, and everything
That's
moves.
cool.
So it works. But sometimes there are weird, crazy artifacts that comes because of that.
Yes.
I had like phasey. One of the tracks, I did something. I probably forgot to take one of the tracks, and it was super phasey. And I was, oh, fuck that. I'll put a phaser on the drums, all the tracks. And
Let's just add to it.
problem, yeah. So, like, fun accidents, something like that. But yeah, nobody nobody knows,
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
cares. So yeah, but nobody
And
cares.
you
Depends.
do a ton of acoustic drums, which is very unique to a lot of the Weekly Beats crew. We're mostly dealing with samples out here. What kind of space do you have that you're able to record live drums?
It's my garage. I'm right there. It's
Nice,
the drum is right
nice,
behind me, and yeah, I've got tons of
cool.
toys. And the fun, by fun or not so fun part of it is it's not soundproofed. So when I play drum, if I do that like during the day when everybody's out. So
Makes sense. Yeah,
I
neighbors
do.
don't typically like drums.
Nah, I'm like in the suburb. I'm still like really in city. I'm in Longueuil. It's like south shore of Montreal, really close to Montreal. But I've got like maybe the garage is like 4 feet under the ground, so
All right.
it's a lot of mass, and then I have no windows on the side of the house, and the other house there is maybe 15 feet away, something like that. So I never had a complaint. I don't track for a long time. I
Yeah.
don't jam here. I rent a local. Like in Montreal, just by the bridge. It's called Cité 2000. There's like tons of rehearsal locals there. It's a pretty fun place.
Okay.
And yeah, I had a couple of recording from there. The ones with Nico, it's always on this space. So
Cool. So you do some like light tracking in your garage, and then you've got like a dedicated jam space.
yeah, yeah,
Nice.
we rent a space with the band Bertrude. We don't see each other that much. I see the guitarist, but the other members we it's been like 3 years since COVID. We didn't jam much, so it's what it
Yeah.
is. We still rent the place, and it's not that expensive, and a good place to to put stuff. So all good.
Yeah. Do you guys play out anywhere?
No, no, it's been a
No,
long
just
time. We
jamming.
we did a little bit, but it's been years since
Got it.
we. Yeah,
So mostly just making music at home.
yeah, mostly and jamming with Nico sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I wanted to ask about your guitar tone because I love the distortion, and I was like, wonder how he's doing that. So you add some extra distortion in Reaper?
Yeah, I did that for most of the tracks. I did tell you the guitarian what I use, and then in the box I use a little plugin. It's a fuzz. I don't remember the name. It's like a legacy plugin from Audio. I think it's Audio Damage. I'm not sure. I think it's them. It's Fuzz 3 Plus or something like that, and I put that in parallel to add like crazy fuzzy stuff. Um, I did use on many songs as well. There's it's two tone. They have it's a big plugin that's called Genome, I think. There's tons of amp simulation there and a couple of pedals. I did use the fuzz pedal from this one as well. I did use their uh, cab IRs, I think. I
Nice.
don't always use Cabayars. Sometimes but most of the time it was just this guitar, the amp, the fuzzy thing. I did a trick fairly easy to do, really fun. Is to duplicate the track and octave up with fuzz,
Okay.
which it's like the whammy sound a little bit,
Yeah.
but the octave up sound, and I just doubled it, put it like pan somewhere else, and it had some craziness during the solos. I did that trick many times,
Nice.
and
Nice.
it works good. But to me,
Cool.
for me, so yeah, that's something to try if you want like a crazy distorted thing. You just double the track, octave up, one octave, and you're good to go.
Boom. Done.
Yeah.
And it looks like you did one collab this year. Am I missing some?
Twice. I did only twice, but yeah, the final track I did try
Oh,
to
right.
do
The final one. Yeah, I love
yes.
that one.
So something pretty ambitious. It's a web that did a crazy good job. It's like production level. Uh, the track is really good. All the other tracks are it's okay, but
Yeah.
it is a take on it was pretty stupid good.
And
Uh,
wasn't it you that kind of was like, "Hey, we should do this like large collab track for
yeah,
the
I
end
did
of the year"?
initiate this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
and but yeah, I didn't put that much effort at the beginning. Yeah, I did try to prepare a template, something, but
I mean, it looked like you put a lot of work into, it's always hard to just wrangle everyone together around
yeah, kind of.
a
But
certain initiative.
yeah, I'm really happy that I had many people that sent me stuff and that left things on. It was like all on the Google Drive. I tried to organize that in a fairly easy way, yeah, and it kind of worked.
No,
Yeah,
it came out great, and I love how everyone participated. I really wanted to get in on it, but I didn't do any collabs this year, and I wish I had. I will next weekly beats, but I think I was just too concerned about like getting my own thing done to be like, how do I fit in these other elements and
yeah,
like
and
crank something out?
yeah, on the weekly beats, especially with other people that are doing it, I think it's fairly easy to do collabs. I don't know. I didn't do much. I did one with Prince and Vince, Vice, Prince and Vice, um, which was fun as well. I just didn't want to compose, and so I just sent something on Discord. Hey, anybody want me
Yeah,
to put acoustic drum on their stuff and call it a day? And he did send me some stuff, and it did a cool track as well. But like outside of weekly beats with the band, it's always super tough to record and to have something that you really finish, especially if you're producing at the same time as playing in the band. I feel
yeah,
that if the band would have rent like some studio time with some guy that tell you, okay, it's good enough, let's go,
yeah. A
or
manager
do it
of some
again,
sort.
yeah, about yeah, or some producer, external
Yeah,
person. But when you do it yourself, it's yeah,
yeah,
it can. It's been years. We have like I've got maybe 10 songs that are mostly recorded, but it's just there. It's one and zeros on my computer, and that's it.
yeah.
So yeah, it's what it
What are
is.
you kind of looking forward to for next weekly beats? Like, what do you want to try? Are you like you want to do another album? Like, what are you thinking about already?
Yeah, maybe I don't know yet. I probably I think I would probably like to do a kid music album,
All
but
right.
I will probably start that this year, like taking my time, trying to record the 4 years old and the 8 years old. So there's cute voice as
Yeah.
well there, and it's just like. Uh, I think it could be fun to try to do catchy melodies, things that kids can just repeat, and uh, there's uh, there's a market for that as well. So I'm thinking about that, but I don't care. I have a good life. I do decent money, and the bills are paid month to month, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't need music revenues
Yeah. You're not trying to
that's not
like
a
sell
plan.
albums.
No, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'd love that the music gets out outside
Yeah.
my little garage and the rehearsal studio, but it does a bit with the weekly beats. There's maybe 10 people every week that 10, 15, maybe 20 that listen to some of my stuff, and it's good enough for now.
Oh yeah.
It's what it
Yeah.
is. So
It
yeah,
feels way better than just putting stuff out on SoundCloud and having robots listen to it.
yeah.
I know you're a fan of robots, so I wasn't trying
No,
to
no, no, but
talk
but
shit, but
no, no, but SoundCloud is I've got maybe the 3 hours of stuff uploaded there, but it was 1 hour, I think, maybe 5, 10 years back. I don't know,
so you want to make
but
a stoner rock kids album.
I don't know. It will be full sound, like Rhodes sounds, maybe some. I don't know what kind of orchestration, but
starring your kids though.
yeah, yeah. In 2020, was it in 2020? I don't remember, but anyway, when yes, it was in 2020, when my last kid uh, birth, I did record his screams when my girlfriend gave birth to him, and I did use that on one song that was like a kind of a metal track. Did
Yeah.
pitch down his scream. It was scary. He was screaming in A. That's a fun one. I'll send you the track if you want to listen to it too. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's not what I want to do this time.
Yeah.
But
A different vibe for your
yeah,
next kids album.
I did a lullaby for Gaspar in 2022, I think. Well, yeah, I'm not sure, and it's those are fun to do. I think so. Uh, yeah, that's just an idea like that. Trying to do fun, good melodies that are
Yeah.
catchy, and there's so much like I'm tired of shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes, and all of those
Yeah,
Coco
it's
Melon
time to
and
come up with
stuff.
your own.
Do you have
Time to come
kids,
up with
or
your own stuff.
do you have kids?
No, no
No.
kids.
Okay.
No.
Lucky you.
So
Oh, that's not that's not true. It's a great it's a great adventure, but yeah,
yeah,
it's
I don't have a band over here that I'm building. Uh,
yeah, yeah,
but that is cool to be able to record their voices at a young age or as they grow and look back and here's some songs you made together. That will be fun.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'll do that. I might start this year, and maybe I'll do that during the weekly beats for the next one. I don't know.
Right now you're just kind of taking a break from last weekly beats.
Yeah, yeah. I just yeah. I've got lots of stuff to do, but it's fun to compose, and I kind of miss it sometimes. I started a track now. There's a thing that's called recording a record month
Oh
producing
yeah, the
RPM challenge.
monthly.
But yeah, they do monthly beats, but that's something else. It's really it was start. it did start, I think, in Nova Scotia. This site, it's a RPM Challenge. It's called. I didn't know about that, and it's about like trying to record an album during February. They changed the rules now. It can be a single or two track or
Okay.
whatever now. So I might like try to release a track there, but I'm not even sure. I started something. I've got like my 8 bars, and it's fun. It's cool. I've got my drums, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just there, and I don't
Yeah.
have to
It's
to
nice to
upload it.
not
Yeah,
not have to crank something out. It's nice to take a little break.
yeah, it's super fun. But if I would have been in a weekly beat year, I would have found ways to
For
finish the song.
sure.
But
There's
now it's just
something
there.
there's something just extra motivating about either keeping the streak alive or uh everyone else is finishing theirs, so you should be finishing your
This
song.
year, there were not bad. There were many people that dropped, but I feel that there were a lot of newcomers that did the 52 weeks, which is super cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was my first year, and I mean, at the beginning, I was like, "Can I do this?" But I thought that there was a significant amount of people that stuck with it. I thought that there was going to be more of a drop off, but a lot of people made it through.
Yeah, yeah, you guys are good. No, that's funny, and yeah, it's something that changed in between the different by the different years. For sure have more abilities, mixing, editing.
Oh,
Even
100%.
my guitar playing is better. I'm better to around the neck to find my notes right, but not right away because I'm not a guitarist, but it's easier for sure.
Yeah.
The performing is easier as well. So even if it's just 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours every weeks, it piles up and you're getting a bit better. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to pick up some new skills throughout the year, by necessity, but also just by repetition. The if you mix 52 songs in a year,
But
that's
yeah,
more songs than I've mixed my entire life.
but that's funny because that's something that I did uh, realize as well. Is that's not the part that I like the most, the mixing part. So I listen to Cat Break podcast, and I'm a bit like him about the philosophy. Find a sound that will fit in the
Exactly.
track. So I don't do much to my guitars, frankly, except for something that I forgot to tell you is I added quite a bit of delays and the plate reverb. You could probably have
Yeah,
guessed that,
you got to.
but it depends. It depends. It depends of the
I think
context
stoner
always.
rock requires that. It's in the
The
laws.
desert, yeah. If you want to go the desert stoner thing, yeah, that's
I mean, my mixing philosophy is, my mixing philosophy is just to be able to do something repeatable quickly. I think going into mixing, I sort of imagine this like long drawn out process of me adjusting each individual track. And most of the time I'm like, yeah, I just do like an EQ on the master, set my loudness levels, and I'm done. I'm out of there in like 15 minutes.
And so far, you mostly always work with 8 tracks, right? Or you pile up two M8 stuff, or I
I
don't
just a
know this.
single M8, 8 tracks. I had a Deluge for a bit that sort of got superseded by my M8. But I never really. I think 8 tracks is plenty. At most, maybe I would mix down some drums to get a couple extra tracks. But yeah, 8. I can make it cluttered with 8 for sure.
8 stereo tracks, yeah, you've got it's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I can make a mess in a hurry.
But like I said, 8 tracks. If I take the time to record properly my drums, it's my drums only. So,
Oh yeah,
it's not.
100%.
But
Like
yeah,
I'm not over here.
when you start to go micro and just mute
Oh yeah.
mute some stuff, just solo your snare sound, stuff like that.
Yeah, you got
You can just go
2
crazy.
overhead mics for the kit, 2 on the snare, top and bottom. Like, I mean, you can
Yeah, I
go out
don't
of
have
control.
that yet. I should probably mic my snares
Well, you just got a new
bottom, but yeah,
snare, right?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I don't need it, but I probably just sell another
I
one. I didn't
mean,
pay
you
that
know.
I didn't pay that expensive. I never buy stuff new anymore. I always chase. I did purchase a bass that I didn't need that much neither this year. The track that I did after that was fun as well. That's it was just the bass, multiple tracks of bass and drums. I did think about picking this one up as well, but
I mean,
yeah,
we all have gear that we've purchased that we don't really need, but
yeah.
that's part of it, you know.
No, it's fun and it can be inspiring. So why not?
Yeah, opens new doors potentially, or at least that's what we hope when we buy it. Is
It
that
does. It's just another toy that sometimes it's fun to take. I used two of my guitars during the weekly beats. I think, or maybe three. I probably used three, but I have like six. So, oh no, four. I did use four. That's
there you
I'm
go.
pretty good.
That's
I am
yeah.
almost
Maybe
50%.
you need
It
one
passes
more.
in Europe. So yeah, no,
Well,
that's good.
let's get into the music.
Yeah, sure.
The first one, I'm going to do the English conversion. I'll let you say it in French. The Bitter Winter.
Yeah, l'hiver amer.
All right. I can't do that. I only took French for like 1 year in high school. So, all right, here we go. right, so I would call that your kind of signature stoner rock sound throughout the year. Tell me more about this track.
Yeah, this is funny because it did start the signature sound. Uh, I I like those distorted guitars. I do the drums. It's that's pretty much the drum sound that I do get. I did record stuff that sounded like that before, but a track like that, it was pretty much just the first time, and it did become a template to do like after this one. I was okay. I should do a couple of those. Then I was okay. I'll do like I'll try to do a full length album with those kind of sounds and yeah. So that's what I tried and I did. So I'm pretty happy about that. That's why I did pick it, and especially this one. The space is really good as well. I think the delays, the reverbs, the compression with the drums, everything pops. I'm pretty proud of how it did turn out. So that's cool.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's got everything is in the right place. The reverb and delay is not overdone. Like it just
Oh, it is.
sounds really good. I mean, I don't think so. Maybe um I think it's just like a solid like stoner rock jam groove with great distortion. And is this a sound that you dialed in a bit before you sort of made this your template, that you were like, all right, I'm gonna do more of these?
The idea was to go stoner rock. The synth bass line uh, is mostly the first time it was because I was lazy and it's easier to mediate it, as you said.
Yeah,
And I actually really like like a dirty synth bass in the rock context as well.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not the first one that did that, and it works. I really like that. And then when I did think about the concept album about robots, I was okay. That's cool. I will be able to put a bit of sequence. It will be like the robot part of the the band. So yeah,
yeah,
that's a bit the thinking behind that. Basically, it's synth bass without the distortion.
yeah.
Some Juno 106 clone. Uh, a
So you were
patch.
kind of chasing the sound,
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to go like stoner rock, uh, and yeah,
and on this song, you were like, all right, I nailed it. I got to do at least a couple more of those.
yeah. That's pretty much what happened, and
And then
it's
the more you did it, the more you were like, okay, concept album here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Because the first like there's a song that was about the chicken wings that has nothing to do about robots, but I was okay. I'll just rename the track "Robots Cooked Me Chicken Wings," and it works. Yeah, so
That's great.
that's what happened.
Yeah, and this is one I have in my notes. I was like, I want to ask about his guitar amp and tone. So we covered that already, but it's killer. So all
Yeah,
right,
little humbucker, pretty distorted, but not that distorted. If you want a
yeah,
guitar to really,
it's
uh,
still got good tone to it. It's not
yeah,
overdone, and
and to add more distortion, as I said, parallel distortion,
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, you cannot put that on a pedal board, but you could. I know there's way to do it, but
I'm sure someone will
uh,
sell you a pedal that'll do that.
Yeah,
Um,
now the some have a mix
there's
button.
so
Yeah,
many
I know,
pedals.
I know. But that's something cool that happened with the how much the digital workstation works. Like now, nowadays, there's computer and hardware computer with a mix button, which
Yeah.
it wasn't something that existed before. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I just hate making music on a computer that, I doing these episodes, I'm like, tell me what gear you use so I can go buy it. And then it's like, oh, I use Logic. I'm like, damn it.
that's
Like,
so much for the money. Logic Pro, that's crazy how much you get. Plus, you have like
I
100
know. I
gigs
know.
of loops,
Maybe I'll have
and
to get
yeah,
over this computer thing.
but it's different. It's not the same. Like now, right now, I'm doing a track with like Mellotron's clones, but
Yeah.
I've heard in some interviews that when you play with the real thing,
Of
it's
course.
different, especially with the tapes and the wobbling and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
But
but
we all can't, not all of us can afford a real Mellotron.
same
So,
with the roads. I've got a pretty cool plugin that does that really good.
yeah.
So
I mean, the
uh,
plugins are so good. They're so
and
good.
I understand you totally that having to load your thing, find the plugin in the gazillion of ones that you downloaded for
Yeah.
free and never
I like my
never.
M8. I'm on my
Yeah,
couch. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know. That's really not a workflow that I understand. But that
I didn't
I
think I would
understand
like
a
it at
bit, but
first, but I do. It's definitely different.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I like.
different.
I really use my DAW mostly like a tape machine. I arm my track, record, and then I've got options to cheat. So that's pretty good.
All right. The next one on the list is just a live blues demo. All right, tell me about this one.
Yeah, this one I chose that because I've got lots of good compliments when I uploaded just cell phone recordings of tracks. This one actually was recorded with proper microphone, but just two: a room mic pointing to the drums and a closed mic on the guitar cab. And at the end, when we have the solos, I did some copy paste of the guitar track to have more, because more is more, it's better.
Yeah, yeah.
And but it's really just a live performance, locked in, no click, and I feel that the feel is good, and that's what it is. And I've did post a couple of those during the year. Some were only my cell phone, which sound okay, not as
They
good as
sound
this one.
good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, and even this with two mics, like, sounds great.
Yeah, yeah. It's not about the mics, and the thing is, with more microphones, you are able to craft more the sound. If you want to your toms to sound in a certain way, or if you want to gate everything, and um, so that's something that you have the possibility to do. But if you have a decent sound, and yeah, you
But
just
this
go for
is
it.
this is
And
like I'm sitting in the room watching some guys jam, which is a
yeah,
nice vibe.
and that's a great way to improve your playing as well. As a musician, record yourself, same
Yeah.
with guitar, record your amp, or but just it's okay
Yeah.
to play the eye as well. But uh and there's no lie, you hear what you play wrong. And
Not a lot of
it,
room to cheat.
yeah, so and actually, yeah, the room sounds decent, the drums sounds, this snare sounds pretty good actually, this kick drum as well. The toms are, it's what it is, but yeah, it's a vibe, it's pretty cool. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I like the slow build to it, and then it just sort of like takes off. Really nice live
yeah,
jam.
and we know each other since a long time, me and Nico, so that's always a pleasure. I've seen him again this week, last Thursday. Yeah, so we played a bit.
Nice.
There's a new riff that he got. It's on my cell phone, so
All
maybe
right, all
if
right.
one of those week I don't
Monthly
find
beats, watch out.
something, I'll just upload this one on one of those
Nice.
too crowded
Cool. Well,
ones. So yeah.
we're looking forward to it. All right, the next one of your picks is Rock Drummer Tries Jazz. I think you do a pretty good job as a jazz drummer. What do you think?
I think I did okay for this track, but I couldn't. That's not true. I couldn't now. I could if I practice for a long time with good musician. That helps me and everything. I do understand a bit of it, but I don't. I never digged into jazz standard and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know that, and but I feel it's fun, and uh, it was a really fun exercise to do. I'm super happy about the samples I was able to create for this.
Yeah, because
Uh,
it's like a Rhodes saxophone and upright bass samples that you're using, right?
right, that's what I use.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
they they really make the track for sure.
yeah, I don't see it that much, but I work at a lender, and that's what I use for my mastering as well. And all the samples we have like a bunch available. I did use a plugin that we did uh, that we did the release this year as well. That like it it does chose by it's to find chord progressions, bass
Oh,
lines,
okay.
melodies, stuff like that, and then you can just drag and drop the MIDI and stuff like that. So I did use that
Uh,
on a couple of tracks, not that many, but yeah, that's a fun tool. So uh, yeah, that's I do have access to it, so
cool,
that's good. And I did use those samples. I did take them there. So yeah,
cool.
yeah, and it's not easy to play smooth jazz drumming, but it's kind of like rock. There's a 2 and a 4, and
Yeah,
you play kicks and snare
I'm no drummer,
a
no
little more
drummer, so
hi-hats. Yeah, but yeah, the feel was all right for this one. I did a track kind of like this on the previous run, Weekly Beats, which was not as good, I think. But I was playing the other instruments. That's probably why I was playing the bass and the bass and the
got it.
guitar. So yeah,
You're not as good as the sample people.
no,
All right. Now we'll get into my picks. My first one is $5,000 for my robot. I picked this one because I wanted to include a song with your vocals and a more direct robot song, because you did a lot of robot songs that we already kind of mentioned. Lots of heavy robot themes. And another, I don't know if I would call this stoner rock, but I mean it's a similar sort of vibe.
Yeah, it
But just
definitely is. And if you the intro is kind of a ripoff of Queen of the Stone Age. What is the track again? Anyway, uh,
all
but
right. Well,
yeah,
it's stoner rock then.
it is. But yeah, faster. It's not the desert slow stoner rock, but yeah, it's all yeah, and the like. Bob, go for it.
Oh, you were saying while we were listening off recording that you did some special tricks with the guitars.
True that. Yeah, there's like really weird uh notes at some point, and that's because I was testing one of our pitch correction lender plugin at the same time, and I was I don't know this guitar. What if I would have different notes? So it was sliced, and I was just moving the pitch. So there's another which sounds really
Okay.
synthy. It's actually
Yeah.
the guitar, but pitch
But that's
shifted.
all After Effects.
Yeah, but
Oh,
not
that's
all,
cool.
because I was playing stuff in that vein, but
Yeah.
it was really different. So I think it was probably even like just one note that I did move around, sliced and moved. So I don't remember exactly, but that's a trick that I did. Yeah. So it was uh, yeah, really robotic, really synthy. So I quite like how it turned out. Yeah.
Yeah, it turned out great. And what do you typically do to your vocals effects wise?
Nah, saturation and yeah, some saturation. I'm not great with vocal mixing. Some of my tracks did sound pretty good, some not as good. I do have like it's Isotope. Every year they sell like their elements, like a series of plugins, and there's one for the vocals. I think it's Nectar, but I'm not sure. And I most of the time put that on my thing, press on the learn button, blah blah blah, let it do its thing. But it doesn't work that great. Not always anyway, but most of the time I cut some lows, but I don't even remember if I did it
All
well this
right.
time. But for sure I put saturation.
I just
uh,
know nothing about vocal processing, so I'm always curious to
yeah,
ask.
it's everything I do, I put like loads of compression, because it's most of the production nowadays. You just put it right in your face.
Slam it.
Yeah, slam it. And I like the sound as well, especially for rock. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so compression, some EQ, saturation, and I put I assume there's probably a delay and a reverb as well on the chain.
Got it.
But I try, depending of the aesthetic I go for. I don't always put delay. I try to don't to not abuse about the reverbs as well, but
Yeah.
it depends. Yeah.
Nice. Well, the next one that I picked, we kind of talked a little bit about earlier. Synths and a Lindrum. So that one is just like instant throwback, I think, because of the Lindrum and then the synths to top it off. We talked a little bit about this one earlier, but tell me how this one came together.
Yeah, that's something that I sometimes when you don't really have inspiration or no ideas about what you will do, sometimes it's just fun to go for a vibe that you probably not that much used to. I did not. Uh, I was not that much in that era, like the 80s, because I'm 43 years old, so it was right before me.
Same.
But there was a lot of like recently a lot of people that did go with those aesthetics of the late 80s, but late 70s, 80s
Oh
synth
yeah, it's
vibe
coming back.
that's super popular. And I know one of my good friend in Montreal do like he do really cool synth wave music, super 80s inspired. So I was okay, I'll just go for this vibe. And like putting yourself in like a box, it helps sometimes to just find find the vibe and go for
Yeah.
it. So that's what I did for that. Excuse me, sorry. uh I'm drinking a beer there, so I don't. I've got a, and it was my big boy birthday yesterday, and we did eat like tons of pizzas and chicken wings and just and like candies and just bad
Yeah,
stuff.
overdid it.
So I feel kind of which is fun,
Uh, yeah,
but
I picked this one because it's it's different than your other tracks, but I thought it was a really good showcase of like your musical capabilities. And like you said, when you're sort of out of ideas of what to come up with, it's like, oh, let's go experiment in a different direction or go for a particular genre or, just do something out of the norm to spice things up.
yeah, that's that was like the plan for this one. And I really like the pulsating bass that I did come with it. But there's like two bass, and I was okay. Yeah, that's fun. That's a vibe. One that's with a broader frequency spectrum. The other one more focused, and like just the fun pads, the chords there. I added like another FM. And FM like melodies at the end, that's add like high end. And yeah, that it works really good, I think. Too that's a fun one. And that's another album that I could do probably.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
I
the
did
uh,
two or three maybe
the
this year. That
JP
was
synthwave album.
yeah, that was synth inspired from that era. So and
Yeah,
yeah, that's fun to do, but that's not something that I know that much. So anyway, it
yeah,
was
it's fun
fun.
to experiment.
Yeah, it is.
Well, we are down to my last pick, and
It's almost done. No.
how we do this is we'll talk about the song and then play it on out. I chose this one because the title is Waltz Ain't Dead. I guess I can kind of get a waltz vibe from it, but I kind of liked it just because it was just this different uh like drum pattern, like the cadence to it, but I don't know, it just kind of had like a different vibe, but a lot of the same sounds from your stoner rock catalog, just like rearranged in a different way. Lots of really great drum fills. I just thought it had like a different feel to it that I kind of latched onto.
Yeah, and it's a really different sound as well. The guitar is fairly clean. There's
Mm-hmm.
just a bit of crunch. The drums are super dead. I did put uh, I did put like shirts on all of my drums, and to have this like 70s
Yeah.
dead sound. And the bass, yeah, it was a synth with the delay, or maybe it was the patch that was like that. I don't remember, but uh, and that's yeah, it's a the vibe is pretty cool, and those drums were not edited as well, not at all. So when it's slower, it moves a bit. It doesn't matter that much, but yeah, it's not a produced track in a contemporary contemporary way. Je
Yeah.
l'aime
Yeah.
ça. That's not an easy word to say in English when you're French. Anyway, and I'm not French, by the way. I'm Canadien, Quebecer. I'm from Quebec. Really close to Montreal. Anyways, so that was a yeah, it's a fun it was a fun track to do as well, and different, and yeah, a slow burn. And this one, it was an open tuning. I rarely open tune my guitars, but for another track I did try that, and it was still like that. So it made me play differently, the guitars. So yeah, that's um that's pretty
Yeah.
much it for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun one, and always fun to do a deeper dive into your stuff and hear about your stoner rock album that I didn't know you put together. So we'll definitely leave a
Yeah,
link
I'll send
for
you the link.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and really cool chatting and hearing more about your process as we do here on this show. And
And
want to
thanks for that. By the way, that's super fun to listen week after week, to hear the people, and some people I didn't even listen much to their music, so I go back listen
that's
to.
the point. That's the
Yeah,
point.
so that's and to hear well, what's fun for them was the similarities.
Similarities.
Yeah, that thing, and the thing that are completely off how I work. It's very interesting,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's fun to hear the person that you make an idea about how those person will
Yeah.
talk, and what are their personalities and stuff. And most of the time it transcends through to the music. Sometimes there's things that you were not thinking about, but yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah, it's like you build like an idea of a person just from like a a screen name and some of their music, and if somebody doesn't have lyrics or vocals, I mean, it's hard to know. So it's cool to like actually hear people talk and go through everything. And of course, thank you to everyone that's continuing to listen to this. Um, I hope, like you just said, that people are finding artists that they weren't aware of during the year. And as always, if someone is like, this person should definitely be on the show, and you know how to get in touch with them, send them my way.
I don't know if
Uh,
Orange Drink will want to do it, but
yeah, I
yeah,
definitely want to have
for
him
sure.
on.
He's one of those figures that listens a lot, comments a lot, and the one video every week
Yeah,
is crazy.
that
That's
is crazy. I was just about to say, like, that's an extra level of putting out a video as well, which some people, JWH did a bunch of videos, but I mean, Orange Drink every single week. That's very impressive. But I really loved the end of the year look back at all the videos throughout the year. So it was like an extra level of weekly beach journal where it's like, oh yeah, I remember watching all these videos. So that's really fun. So thanks again for being on, and thanks everyone out there for listening. And we're gonna play it on out with Waltz Ain't Dead. Thanks, JP.
Ben ouais, ça me fait plaisir. All good, man. Super fun.